These bitches think that you're a chud and that you don't deserve a relationship or a job. They're the same thing. On Tinder, the majority of the users are men, and the minority, of course, are women. The chances of you getting an actual partner or meeting somebody to build a relationship with, the chances are like astronomically low. And this claim is backed up by actual evidence. You can search it up. On LinkedIn, on average, you have to submit more than 1,000 applications to find a job, to land a job. These things have a lot of similarities. They have a lot of things in common. Most of the HR teams in many companies are mostly women, and mostly childless women in their 30s. Sorry to say it, but it is the truth. And these bitches are deciding your future by accepting you or rejecting you. But most of the times, as we know, you're gonna get rejected, right? Most of the jobs you're gonna apply to, you're not gonna land. The same thing happens on Tinder. You swipe right 1,000 times, you chat with a few chicks, eventually you land no date. Again, woman fuck you over. Well, it seems like this is a humiliation ritual at this point. Looking for job through online applications, which is the most convenient and the most used way right now, is impossible. And the same thing goes for dating. It is very hard to find a partner through social interactions and community in the modern day and age. We know that because these Tinder and what else do you have? Like all these dating apps, they're pretty much a consequence of our society having less of a community and less of a youth structure, youth events, parties, and whatnot. So people don't meet through real life interactions, so they have to go online to find a partner. So you have Tinder asking you for like 24 bucks a week to use premium account and to see who liked your pictures or your profile or whatever the fuck happens there. I mean, look how crazy that is. They ask pretty much 100 bucks per month for you to see who likes your pictures. You're compromising your finances for a partner that you should have probably met through your real life social circle that you probably don't have, or you just don't have a healthy social circle, which is the case for most of the people. On LinkedIn, now we're going like zigzag, right? We're going zigzag. We're trying to find the common elements of both of these shitholes. All right? The humiliation ritual on LinkedIn is nothing short of that one of Tinder. When you go LinkedIn, we already said that you need to apply to probably 1,000 jobs before landing one. And there are so many fake jobs out there, so many fake applications that you just send your information, your personal information into a void. Or maybe, just maybe, you send them directly into a folder that then LinkedIn or these companies can sell to social media companies, for example, that are collecting personal data for optimization and ads and whatnot. We already know the deal. So that's of course great. And then on Tinder you have like 1,000 fake profiles, just hoarding men, just hoarding them like fish, because men are like how much, 80% of the demographic of Tinder, probably 80, maybe even maybe more, maybe less, but probably the balance is not there anyhow. So this is ridiculous. This this is just so funny. I don't know. I was walking today. I was walking through the park. It was very sunny, and I had these two magnetic fields just collide into one another, and they suggested to me that Tinder or just dating applications and LinkedIn are literally the same thing. I mean, you can throw Indeed there as well, because I've applied probably to 200 jobs on Indeed and I never got a job from there. I didn't land a single job from 200 applications on that shitty app. I'm not going back there ever again. I mean, I landed a job, and guess what? It came through like real life social circle thing that I just happened to hear about from a person I knew. So that's how I landed my job, my current job. But this is kind of crazy that we are so desperate right now for partners, but also for jobs. And I say we because I mean men, like men are desperate mostly for partners and for jobs. I don't want to say that it is not bad or it is not hard for women. I mean, on the dating market, their value on the dating market is probably double of what a man's dating market value is right now. When it comes to the job landing thing, I think it is somewhat easier for women, not that much easier, but the biggest reason being is that most of the women become like elementary school teachers or nurses, things that are pretty much needed right now since our population is mostly getting older, and the average age in the most western countries is around 40, which is kind of insane, which means that young people are pretty much just disappearing and have to hold the whole load of the society on their shoulders, and it's going to get worse as time goes on. But now we're not going to go down that rabbit hole because that is something for another video. Right now we were mostly talking about, how Tinder and how LinkedIn is fucking up our whole society right now. I mean, these young guys don't really have a other way around. Like, when you really think about it, we really don't have any other way around. Like, dating applications are right now, they seem the only reasonable way to get a partner. And online applications for a job seem the most reasonable one as well. But the succession rate is scarily low. It is embarrassingly low. So what you're doing is pretty much just embarrassing yourself and humiliating yourself, especially on LinkedIn. Like, when you really go on LinkedIn and when you see what people post there, it is very inhumane, it's very disturbing, it's very dystopian, I would even say. I just get this gag, like I really wanna throw up when I see what people are posting there. All these motivational quotes, all these, good for the nature type shit, good for the environment type shit. I'm very, like, disgusted almost by what is happening there. I mean, I try to make an account, and what I've heard from people who are using it more, they say, to land a job there, you probably need to like look at a specific company first and then try to glaze the company. Try to, jerk it off a little bit. Jerk off the boss a little bit, to go on your knees and be like, I like how you care about your customers. I like how you want to reduce your pollution rates. I like how you want to improve your employees' experience. And you have to glaze them for a while before they maybe, just maybe, say like, oh, you're really interested in our company, and I see that you might want to join us, and then you get a appointment there, right? And then you go and then you glaze them even more in real life in hopes that you land a minimum wage job and try to be happy about it, or pretend to be happy about it. And I'm not even gonna start what happens when you get a low end job and when you get pretty much the only available job in your area. That is at least how it seems. You know, and you have to do all the dirty work and you have to do all these extra things just to prove yourself to the boss that you're really valuable. You know, the $12 per hour that you're getting. And it's just very humiliating. It feels like it is something that goes against the nature of a reasonable person and a reasonable man. I mean, where is this spirit of yours? Where's your proudness, bro? Where's your character? Like, being humiliated this way just feels so wrong, but it seems like there is no other way around, so people are just attempting on whichever way they can to find a job. And these are the circumstances right now. You either are applying to a ghost application, or you're trying to land a job while there are like 500 more people applying to the same position, and some of them are having like 5 years of experience and triple bachelor degree, and you are just out of college and you try to get a job. You know, you expect that the market will have an entry level position as it should have, but it doesn't. So you're fighting with the other alliance to get a bit of that meat. But the only way to get a job is to beat the meat of a boss and glaze him online for weeks, months, I don't fucking know how long, because I'm not gonna do that. Fuck that shit. And the same thing goes for Tinder. You have to swipe right and give compliments for 100, 200, 300, 400 times before you maybe start chatting with a chick. Probably like 4 out of 10, because but after sending 400 messages, you know, your morale goes down. So you have to kind of lower your expectations, you know what I mean? I know these are all very ironic topics to talk about. I mean, they're very tyrannic, they're very dystopian in a way, but also this is the reality, so we might as well try to joke a little bit about it. We might as well try to cope a little bit, because that is the reality. And if you really want to stay clear of these dating apps, you want to stay clear of these rigged companies like LinkedIn and Indeed and whatnot, if you really try to go more noble, to try to find a job in a more traditional, more normal way, you would say, or try to find a girlfriend, a partner in a more normal way through social circles and social events, well, bro, it's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be really tough. Yeah, it is what it is, but you know, these things have a lot in common, bro. LinkedIn and Tinder have so much in common that it's almost ridiculous. You know, on both places, women decide the outcome. In both places, you get humiliated. In both places, you're competing with 1,000 other men or women for the same spot. That is not even that amazing. I mean, like, what kind of job would you land on LinkedIn realistically if you don't have some crazy experience, some crazy company, or some crazy degree at some private school? Like, realistically, you probably won't land a crazy job. You probably won't make like a 6-figure salary right off the bat, which is what you need today in today's standards to try to build wealth and get started on, you know, trying to maybe buy property or whatever. But yeah, man, tell me what you think about this. I went for too long here, I think. So stay safe out there, boys. Have a nice one, and see you in the next one.